This week, Big Four reports on Accenture's agreement with Australia's national e-conveyancing development company. Capgemini's success assisting Boulanger launch its first iPhone application, the appointment of Robert Patton as Ernst & Young's Vice Chair of Advisory Services, and survey results by KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and Deloitte. Each week, Big Four covers key news, events, happenings, opinions, and blogs relating to all the Big Four accounting and consulting firms. You can view this video on our website and on Big Four's channel on YouTube. So, let's start with this week's roundup of the top news. National e-conveyancing development, the company charged with developing a national electronic system for property exchange, has signed a master agreement with Accenture to design and build a national e-conveyancing platform for Australia. Under the terms of the agreement, Accenture will design, build, test, and deploy Australia's national e-conveyancing system and hold general project management responsibilities. Despite significant effort over the past 10 years to develop a national conveyance platform, there has previously been no agreement on a single national system. Capgemini's Innovation Factory team has worked with Boulanger to design and integrate an application that would meet basic customer requirements and set a new standard for the industry. Boulanger is a leading multimedia and electronics multi-specialist based in France. Several workshops were held geared specifically towards user ergonomics, integration of the application into Boulanger's systems landscape, and the identification of new services. In the first 6 weeks after its launch, the application was downloaded more than 20,000 times, with peaks at 1,500 downloads per day. Earlier this month, Ernst & Young announced today the appointment of Robert Patton as America's Vice Chair of Advisory Services. He succeeds Brian Segedi, who had been named Global Advisory Markets Leader. Ernst & Young advisory practices in the Americas are experiencing 23% growth in 2011, accounting for $1.7 billion in revenue and 8,400 consultants. Previously, Patton served as America's leader of the advisory services practice for Ernst & Young LLP, building strength and market share in the business performance market. According to a recent survey by KPMG, insurance executives are considering merger and acquisition strategies to confront growth challenges generated by pricing pressures and regulatory reform. When asked to identify the most significant barriers to growth over the next year, executives most frequently cited pricing, regulatory, and legislative pressures. In addition, 76% of executives say they were concerned about the impact external factors such as regulatory changes and the economy will have on their company's future. A special survey on how the global community is viewing post-earthquake Japan reports a majority of CEOs say their confidence in Japan remains largely unchanged despite the devastation caused by the recent earthquake and subsequent tsunami. Over 63% of CEOs say confidence in Japan remains unchanged. Of companies doing business in Japan, 63% had their operations disrupted and 21% plan to change their supply chain strategy. Important issues for Japan are fiscal deficit management, energy policies, and political stability and leadership. Deloitte's CFO survey conducted in Belgium between June 16th and July 8th shows CFOs fear the scenario of an economic double dip. During the second quarter of 2011, Belgian CFOs said their financial results were good, with 70% on budget and 35% outperformed the budget. CFOs reported the Belgian political uncertainty had a negative effect on their businesses, and most do not believe a new government will be in place before the end of 2011. This has been Katie Morrison with your Big Four Weekly News. I'll see you next time.